Hello, everybody, and welcome to lesson 3 from unit 3 of the C1 course. We are continuing to look at education and training. The question for today is, have you ever dropped out of a course? To drop out of a course is to quit a course, to stop studying a course before you finish. In Spanish, abandonar. En plan, dejar algo sin terminar. So have you ever dropped out of a course? For example, have you ever quit an English course in the past? Have you ever dropped out of university? Have you ever left university before you finished? So, have you ever dropped out of a course? Me personally, no, I have never dropped out of a course. I have always finished the courses, but some people have dropped out of university, for example. Now, we are going to talk about your progress in education today. What are we going to learn about? We're going to learn synonyms for simple phrases in education, including false friends. There are many false friends in the topic of education, and we need to discuss them. We are going to learn how to settle a discussion, an argument. So how to bring an argument to an end, how to agree, how to disagree, or simply how to change the topic. We are going to learn through fixed phrases and questions. Before that, we have our idioms of the day. So here are our expressions of the day. The first one is to be a no-brainer. To be a no-brainer simply means to be an easy decision. It is an easy decision. For example, should you get the C1 in English? Well, yes, that is a no-brainer. It is obvious. It is easy. It's an easy decision. You know you need it, so obviously you need to do it. It is a no-brainer. Next, are you be up to your neck? If you say, I am up to my neck, it means I am very busy. I have a lot to do. I am overwhelmed at work. I am snowed under. Be up to your neck is to be overwhelmed, to be very busy. And finally, to be in the clouds. To be in the clouds is to be distracted or to not be focused on something. We often call it to daydream. Cuando sueñas, despierto, estás en las nubes, pensando en otra cosa, you are in the clouds. So you are daydreaming. You are thinking about other things. You are not focused. To be in the clouds. Good. So these are our expressions of the day. Now, learning English with settling an argument. What are the pros of this method? When we can settle a discussion, we can move on to the next topic and close an argument. So simply, you can change topic and you can basically zanjar el tema, yeah? You can just bring a conversation to an end. In the C1 evaluation, they call this negotiating an outcome, to come to a conclusion. You need to be able to come to a conclusion. Another thing is, we can settle by agreeing to something. So you can use the different phrases for agree. I see your point. I get what you mean. That's right. Of course. I get your gist. We can settle by disagreeing also to something. So no way, that can't be right. We are not on the same wavelength. Are you pulling my leg? And there are ways of basically saying, I disagree with you. Let's end the conversation. What we're going to do is begin by practicing some questions. So let me ask you some questions. I would like you to be saying, please, give your answer, give your opinion on this topic, and try to basically say, bring it to an end. I want you to listen to the question, put the video in pause, and then begin. So, first one. Why might it be a bad idea to go to university? Very good. What types of people make the best students? Very good. Would it be a disaster if you didn't graduate from high school? Very good. Why do some people struggle with mainstream education? Very good. Is it always worthwhile to get a degree? Very good. Should all education be free? Very good. How might our education system be improved? Very good. And what would you have changed about your education in the past, of course? Very good. So basically, you want to talk about your experiences and your opinions related to education. You need to extract phrases from these questions to learn. For example, struggle with mainstream education. Struggle es cuando te cuesta algo. Porque a alguna persona le cuesta with mainstream education, meaning conventional education, like standard education, high school, university, exams, this type of thing. So extract the vocabulary from the topic, and I would like you please to discuss with it. Now, we need to learn some advanced verbs for education to help us to improve. Some of these are related to false friends. In the lesson, you have a PDF with an exercise on false friends. You should look at it and learn how to avoid the false friends. All right? Now, let's look at these advanced verbs. We will learn them as phrases. To accomplish. To accomplish is to achieve something. So, I am going to accomplish my goal of passing the C1. To accomplish something. We have to attempt. To attempt something is to try to do something. So I am attempting to pass the C1 before June. To bridge. To bridge is basically to join, to create a bond between something. For example, this course can be a good bridge between high school and university. To deduce. It's very similar in Spanish, so it's quite easy to use, yeah? What I can deduce from this exercise is that we need to avoid false friends. To enhance. Enhance is to improve. This course will enhance your English. To grasp is to understand. I think I have grasped the concept of this course. To influence is to have an impact on. So, your level of English will influence your future career. To inspire, very similar in Spanish, but my teacher is inspiring me to learn English. Persist is to try again. Persistence is just to continue in a consistent way, to try and try again. So, if you want to learn English, you need to persist. To recall is to remember. I cannot recall all of the words that I know in English. When I saw my teacher in the street, I could not recall his name. Recall is to remember. It is an advanced way to say remember. We also have to strive. To strive is to try, to make an effort. Esforzarse. It is our way of saying make an effort as a verb. I am striving to improve my English. Now, to thrive is to make very good progress. Thrive. So, I am thriving on this course. I am making very good progress. To thrive. Good. So, you need to learn these verbs as phrases. And of course, avoid false friends. Be very careful. Words like formation. We do not say formation in English. We say training. Career. We do not say career for the grado in English. We will say a degree. Be careful with false friends. You have an exercise in PDF. on the course. Now, here are some common arguments related to learning new things and especially learning English. I would like you to give your opinion about it and try to settle. Just say if you agree or if you disagree. So put it in pause after and give your opinion. So, only children can become fluent in English. Do you agree or disagree? Okay, very good. Our education system is failing. Do you agree or disagree? Very good. Some students are unable to fit into the school system. Do you agree or disagree? Very good. The only way to learn a language is with a native teacher. Do you agree or disagree? Very good. And finally, our bilingual system is a waste of time. Do you agree or disagree? Very good. So we have these different systems that we need to learn how to agree and disagree to talk about controversial topics. I personally disagree that only children can become fluent in English. Adults actually learn faster. The only advantage children have is with pronunciation, really. The rest, it's just a matter of learning in the correct way. Now, we're going to look at a collaborative task. When we give a collaborative task, I want you to discuss all of the different points. And in the end, you need to say if you agree or disagree. If you want to settle the argument, meaning simply put something to an end, say, done, you could say, let's agree to disagree. Estamos de acuerdo en el desacuerdo. Let's move on, shall we? Let's change the topic, shall we? And it is a way of saying, let's change to the next point. So, in this part of the test, I would like you to speak together for about 2 minutes about bilingual education. I would like you please to have a conversation about the topic, speak about each of the different points, suggest, give your opinion, agree and disagree. All right? So first, you have some time to look at the task. Okay, now I want you to put the video in pause and I would like you please to discuss what are the pros and cons of bilingual education. All right? Put the video in pause. Okay, very good. Now, I would like you in 1 minute to decide which is the greatest disadvantage of bilingual education. All right? Okay, very good. You need to practice this with a partner. You need to know how to make suggestions. Let's talk about time and curriculum. Why don't we discuss culture and tolerance? What about cross-curricular activities? How about job prospects? Let's talk about language exchange. You give your points, you say if you agree or disagree, and in the end, you need to give a conclusion. Okay, now, ways of settling an argument. As I've said, you can use the phrases, let's move on, shall we? Let's change the topic, shall we? Let's leave it there for now, okay? Let's agree to disagree, shall we? We often use a question tag, let's, shall we? Let's, okay, in order to interact. But these are discourse markers, phrases that demonstrate you are trying to end the conversation. Okay, very good. We have another collaborative task. I want you to do the same thing. I want you to put the video in pause, speak with your partner about it, and in the end, come to a conclusion. So, in this part of the test, I would like you to speak together for about 2 minutes about learning a foreign language. First, you have some time to look at the task. Okay, very good. So now, I would like you to discuss why some people try to learn a foreign language. All right? Put the video in pause. Okay, very good. Now you have about a minute to decide which is the most popular reason to learn a foreign language. Okay, very good. Thank you. Now, practice these interactions with a partner. You need to discuss them and work together on the topic. Now, what have we learned? We have learned how can settling help us to learn English easily. Well, when we settle, we can put an end to a conversation and we can simply change the topic. What are the different ways of settling an argument? You can say, let's move on, shall we? Let's change the topic, shall we? Let's agree to disagree. And these are ways, basically, of changing the topic, settling. Now, we have looked at learning English. Can you give me some reasons to learn English? Why do people learn English? You can write them down, send them to my email, to my WhatsApp, or you can simply say them out loud. Okay, very good. Now we have, what educational verbs can you remember? We looked at some advanced educational verbs. Which ones can you remember? Okay, very good. We have to accomplish, to achieve, to strive, to make an effort, to thrive, to make excellent progress, to deduce. You need to review these advanced verbs and use them when you speak. This way, we will get a better grade on the exam. So now, question time. How can I help you? Here are my contact details, my WhatsApp number, or my email address. You can send me a message because I am here to support you. Thank you very much, everyone, and see you in the next class, in which we will look at Unit 4, People and Travel. Thank you very much.